So Patty, if you are elected mayor, what would you do to take care of some of these properties in town that are being that are quite neglected, and that's a concern for some of the citizens?
Imagine this. If many of our citizens are concerned like I am about the image of our city, think what the people that are visiting here for the first time or come back home or that are thinking about locating here, perhaps to bring their business or their industries here. What do they think about this city when they come in and see the shape that it's in? Negative areas in our town happen because we do not enforce our ordinances. In some cases, we don't even know who the landlords are. We allow grass to grow to a certain height before we notify people that they have to mow their grass and pull their weeds. By that time, the grass is 3 feet high. What an image do we have when people come into our community? When they come to our community to think about locating, to bring their business or industry, that's not anything that anybody is going to want to do when they're looking for some place to relocate. 4 years ago, during my campaign, I suggested that we form a committee that would review the existing ordinances, rewrite some of them, and make it so that it would address the negative areas in our community. We also need to work with our planning committee, our zoning officers, our zoning board of appeals committee, so that we're all on the same page. That includes the 4 commissioners and the mayor. This needs to be done so that everybody is on the same page. Then we need to make it so that the citizens, the businesses, and anybody that's interested in moving here are aware that these ordinances exist. The ordinances were done by a rewritten by a committee of concerned people that was appointed. And it took them about 2 years to rewrite the ordinances. And they did this, gave it back to the city, and nothing has ever been done about it. I haven't seen it. I don't know who has seen it, but I think it's well worth looking into. One, these people gave up about 2 years of their time to do this. This wasn't something that was done overnight. When these ordinances are reviewed and understood by the people that live in this community, they're going to realize we need to start enforcing these ordinances. All this is going to do is bring pride back to our community, because this is going to do away with some of the negative areas that we have in our town. On Main Street, residential areas, and businesses. All of these issues would fall under neglect of ordinances that are existing.
My next question is, I think that a mayor's part of their job is to encourage people to spend money here. Mm-hmm. So do you spend your money here in town?
Oh yeah. My last 2 cars were purchased at Terry Bent's. My husband takes his car that is several years old up to Fairway on the Hill to get his service done. We go to specialty shops to get our hair done, and we go to the drugstore, we go to the grocery store. I've shopped at Country at Heart because they have great gifts. A good example for this, several years ago, well, maybe 2, we were sitting around one day listening to people complain about what we don't have in Marseilles. These are lifelong residents of Marseilles. And they started talking about, well, we don't even have any place to go buy a card. And I said, well, wait just a minute. We have about 5 places to go buy a card. This is a prime example. I named all the sites where cards were available and what was available in those stores besides cards. And I said, obviously, you're complaining and you've never even been in the shops downtown. That's part of what I did when I was promoting Marseilles as the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce. That's what I dealt with on a daily basis or whenever necessary. So you asked me once again, I will tell you, I do a lot of shopping here. I did purchase 2 cars here. we buy our gas here. We go to Spirits. Yeah,
So
we do a lot of shopping.
So yes
here.
is the answer.
We spend a lot of money here, yeah, and grateful that those services are here. And now Dollar General's here, and that too is a place that I frequent a lot. I kind of forgot about that, and I shouldn't, because it took me about 1.5 years to work with them to get them in the place that they are, and thanks to the owner and other special groups that came in to help them in their relocation, they are now established here, and that brings a lot of revenue into our community. And I think this summer we're really going to find out when the campers and visitors come, because nobody's going to have to run to Ottawa or Morris or anywhere else to pick up some items. They're right up on the hill. And while they're here, they're going to continue to stay here and say, why would we go to Ottawa or Seneca or Morris or anywhere else? Not that they're not great places to go to, but why would we do that when we can go up on the hill and get several of our supplies, go down the hill to the grocery store and get our groceries, and go across the street and pick up whatever beverages we're looking for, stop at the gas station, load up our boats, our cars, find what we need there. There's no reason for a lot of people to leave this town anymore.